Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, it says Bitcoin has been flashing signs of intense fundamental strength throughout the past several weeks and months, with the turbulent price action seen throughout the first half of 2020 doing little to hamper this strength. The cryptocurrency's slow transition into the bull regime of on-chain indicator reveals this, showing that the benchmark cryptocurrency's network health, liquidity, and investor sentiment have all been seeing positive growth. Although Bitcoin's price action typically tracks its fundamental growth, it now appears that external forces could be halting any potential uptrend. One research firm noted that these forces may include uncertainty regarding Bitcoin's multi-month consolidation phase and unknowns regarding its status as an on-risk or risk-off asset. Throughout the past several months, Bitcoin has been caught within a wide trading range between $9,000 and $10,000. Both buyers and sellers have remained deadlocked since the start of May, with each attempt to break out of this range proving to be fleeting. This consolidation phase has caused the cryptocurrency's volatility to reach levels not seen in over a year. According to data from Glassnode, the crypto has been seeing tremendous fundamental growth in spite of its consolidation phase. The platform's Glassnode Compass indicator reveals that Bitcoin has been steadily marching towards the bullish Regime 1 section of the compass throughout the past several weeks. There's that little chart right there. They note that this is now the 7th consecutive week in which the cryptocurrency has been sitting firmly within bull territory from an on-chain perspective. They further add that high on-chain activity, despite a stagnating price, is what is helping boost Bitcoin's fundamental strength. They said on-chain activity has been consistently high for the past several months. Not days, not weeks, but months. And while Bitcoin's price has stayed uncharacteristically stable, it is still performing positively relative to the beginning of the year. Bitcoin, for some reason, the last couple of months has been performing very well. We had indicators from, I believe it was JP Morgan Chase or Bank of America. I'm not really sure which one anymore. After prices fell in March, was it? March 18th, March 12th, whatever the exact day was, I really don't care. Ever since then, when Bitcoin dropped back down to 3,500 and we were told that Bitcoin's price had to drop down to 3,500, because of fundamentals and numbers, we swiftly moved back up, and Bitcoin once again began to try testing, passing by 10,000 US dollars. This happened around 6 or 7 times, and we know that every single time that it tried to happen, we all know the entire story. For some reason, I don't know how to explain this in a very weird way. Bitcoin is doing extremely well. Not kind of well, not kind of good, not sitting at $6,000, not like, you know, some people are using, a lot of people have stopped using it. Bitcoin is doing extremely well. Besides people using it, the amount of on-chain activity, the fact that there aren't 100 to 200,000 transactions backed up, and we're seeing as much activity, if not more, than we saw in 2017 when its price breezed past 10, 15,000, 17,000, 18,000, 19,000 US dollars. Bitcoin is doing extremely well. As far as people who are also mining it, there's an increase in the amount of people who are mining it, and we also know for a fact that there is at least one company on this planet of probably hundreds of other companies who are actively buying up massive amounts of Bitcoin. We went over it before. 14,000 Bitcoin had been mined since the halving, and one company alone bought up 19,000, and yet prices continue to stagnate. This is not frustration, it's just more of a question mark, a gigantic question mark in the air, because none of this really makes any sense. Nothing that's been happening this year has really made a lot of sense. A lot of the news that we keep on getting, and that we're going to keep on getting for a while, I assume until something major happens, is that Bitcoin is going to continue to look absolutely dandy. The prices for a lot of things right now are kind of all over the place, and I'll tie this directly into the next one as well, just so you get a larger picture of everything that's kind of going on. A member of the Las Vegas MIT, Blackjack, has a wild idea about Ripple's native cryptocurrency XRP. In an interview with Forbes, Steve Wynn that is WYNN, said that the digital asset is designed to have a value of 10,000 US dollars per coin. Steve Wynn is a popular guy in the Las Vegas gambling business. He was a member of the MIT Blackjack team that made great profits back in the day from the Las Vegas 21 tables. Wynn recently had a conversation with Forbes journalist John Navin, where they spoke about XRP and other cryptocurrencies in general. According to Steve, XRP is different from other cryptocurrencies because of its unique design as an instant money transfer tool. At the moment, it takes days for users to send money globally at high cost using SWIFT, and said that XRP was designed to make these transfers less costly and near instant. He is of the opinion that XRP's price is mostly determined by the demand side of the market at the moment, as the money transfer application has not yet gained traction. When this happens, the digital asset will benefit greatly in terms of price action. As for his target, XRP's price, Wynn notes that the coin was designed to have a value of $10,000 per coin. For starters, this is nowhere close to XRP's current all-time high of $3.40. In addition, even the king of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, has been unable to gain a foothold above $10,000 in recent months. We are currently in a sideways, frenzied market. And I made sure to mention this as well because both of these articles are mimics, reflections of 2017. By summer 2017, we had an enormous amount of articles popping up stating where XRP's value was going to be. I think at this point, XRP's value, I don't remember if it was moving towards $1 or whatever the actual case was. Just price-wise, we had a lot of people talking about that XRP was poised in 2017 to hit $100 per coin, just mathematically going from the 10,000 to where it currently is, as it was half of a cent in 2017. You kind of, hopefully you get what I'm saying as far as like the X value of how high it's going to go up. This is also a very popular idea. A lot of people think that XRP is designed to have $10,000 per coin. I think the idea is that XRP needs to pretty much absorb the entire movements of all remittances around the globe. I do not know how likely that is, just being completely honest, simply because of greed. And I don't mean that XRP isn't designed for or can't do these things. It's more of a, realistically, logically, we should probably only have around 20 to maybe 30 cryptocurrencies. For those of you who have questioned before why I keep saying that, you don't understand the entire point of cryptocurrencies, and you don't understand that a lot of these coins are complete crap and garbage and are only here to take money away from you. What's going to end up happening is, even if in a semi-perfect world where XRP was used for remittances around the world, another company, another country around the world would simply create their own, as they don't have enough of XRP to utilize it properly or to make themselves properly rich. They would simply create another new cryptocurrency or another new coin to do the exact same thing, air quotes. And this is why we have so many cryptocurrencies right now, because so many people are creating. I don't know if you've seen the advertisements for these things popping around. People were saying that they saw them before at the beginning of my video. I don't control that, for those of you who are wondering. It is YouTube and Google who controls all of these things, where these placements are. So if you've seen anything that has been unscrupulous or whatever, I have literally nothing to do with that. I cannot control that. That is not my doing. There are a lot of things popping up now where there are new Bitcoin versions that are popping up, and people are being told to buy these things because these are quicker and faster and stronger than the current Bitcoin. Once again, a mimic of 2017. When I talk about a frenzied sideways market, every single coin right now should be at least 3 to 5 times higher than they currently are. We are seeing an immense amount of energy fluctuating around the cryptocurrency market. If you don't understand the significance of one company buying up 19,000 Bitcoin when 14,000 had been created or minted or birthed by the machine, you are not paying attention. That is one company. There's so much happening right now. There's so much money flowing through the space. I'm not sure completely if it's just a lot of over-the-counter trades or buying or whatever might be taking place. But even the information that we've constantly had before about the amount of people who are buying Bitcoin, who are buying Ether, who are buying XRP, who are buying Cardano, and prices continue to stagnate or go sideways or go down, I'm fatigued with using the word manipulation at this point because it's very clear that it is. But to what level of manipulation is probably another question. Is it simply people who are trying to decimate our entire market or do something negative to it, or is it simply just very greedy people who are trying to absorb as much cryptocurrency as possible in an effort to keep prices going sideways or stagnating or trending downwards, to shake the tree, shake the leaves or the roots, whatever people say, so that the loose apples and loose leaves fall off, and that these people aren't part of the growth of the tree afterwards. There's a lot of this going on. Here's the actual article right here from Forbes. It says XRP is the crypto to watch. It says Vegas Blackjack Pro. I think realistically, opinion, during every major crazy bull run, I think it's fair to say that many different cryptocurrencies are going to be the one to watch. The interesting part comes after the bull market has taken place, which coins actually hold their own and kind of remain in the same positions that they were before the actual bull run started. A lot of coins are going to do extremely well during any type of bull run that we might have. However, afterwards, a lot of them are going to be completely decimated. There are very few coins you should be paying attention to for the long term. As far as for the short term, if you want my honest opinion, many coins are going to do extremely well. I keep saying I think we're going to have a lot of coins that are going to perform as the XRP of the next bull run. That is to say, a whatever percent thousand increase going from half a cent to $3.40. It's just going to happen. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says it's decision time for Bitcoin, as technical suggest a crucial breakout pattern. This one says Bitcoin price to undergo another head and shoulders, and this one says three reasons why a wild Bitcoin move is anticipated very soon. These are from a couple of days ago, and I think this one is actually from today as well. We've had news like this for a while. I've sprinkled some of them on a couple of videos just to kind of let you know the current sentiment of what's been going on. But for some reason, the last month or two, we have been in a situation where Bitcoin just won't move, or when Bitcoin does move, it is downward. And when it is downward, we get that guy, what's his name, Peter Schiff. I'm tired of reading articles on cryptocurrency websites about people who don't like Bitcoin. I don't give a crap about what these people have to say. I really could honestly care less at this point. There was something, an article that Warren Buffett finally bought stocks like a week ago after not having bought stocks during the entirety of 19. I don't care. Why does that matter within the cryptocurrency space? There's something clearly amiss afoot happening right now within our market, because we should be a lot higher than we currently are. If you look at stock markets, if you look at other countries, if you look at the way that these things are unfolding, are accelerating, are crumbling, are falling apart, the hyperinflation that we have, Bitcoin should be at least $14,000, $15,000, $16,000 right now, and not even as a safe haven asset, as simply I don't want to get destroyed by inflation asset. Even the stock market's movement that we've seen within the US over the last couple of months has been completely nonsensical. Whenever stocks end up looking like they're going to start going down, you've seen the news before, we've spoken about the news before, that stocks are looking very unhealthy. A lot of analysts have been saying they have no idea what's happening with stocks right now, because they should be far lower. The next day, prices end up going up, and that's usually off of information that more people have lost their jobs. Nothing this year is making sense. It's like a, I don't even know what it's like. I almost said Alice in Wonderland, but I think even that makes a bit more sense than everything that's currently been going on. Anyway, yeah, prices are still trending sideways. We're getting crazy price predictions. A lot of these things happened once again in 2017. It is fairly clear that Bitcoin is doing very well in every single aspect. All the fundamentals are completely there. Nothing has broken down. Nothing has slowed down. A lot more companies and institutions and cryptocurrency exchanges are starting to adopt SegWit, which is going to lead to lower transaction fees. As we saw about a week ago, there was some company who did a $1 billion transfer worth of Bitcoin, and I think their transaction fee was 28 cents. That cannot happen in the current financial markets that we have right now through our banks. It is completely impossible, as they will charge you fees out the wazoo. And yet news like that doesn't. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. That's all that news. And let's move on. Next up, the United Kingdom Central Bank is discussing the possibility of launching a digital currency, according to its chief. Speaking during an online event, Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey told a group of UK students on Monday his institution was having talks over the plan. Bailey said ongoing investigations would look at a central bank digital currency, which would have implications across payments and society. Calling it a very big issue, he anticipated that central bank digital currencies could be a real possibility in several years, once 19 has faded. Bailey's comments come at a time when more and more central banks globally are working at different levels on the idea of implementing a central bank digital currency, either as a national digital currency for retail or for the wholesale clearing and settlement between banks. They're not having a discussion of the possibility of doing it. I'm sure this is either already created or they're finding ways to gauge public sentiment to actually roll this thing out. There's no more discussion as to if they are simply thinking about this, because we've had every single major central bank on this planet announce that they're thinking of doing it. They're engaged in discussions. They're debating the possibility of. They all have these things. They're either figuring out how to link them all together in a simplified way, because I told you this was going to happen. They were going to make their own central bank digital currencies with no interoperability. And it was just going to be complete garbage from here on out. As they try to link these things together, it's going to be even more difficult than simply having paper in your wallet, going to a new country and going to one of those exchange booths to swap your money. Also very popular news. I don't know why it is, why it should be. It's fairly obvious that all these things are going to happen in some way, capacity or shape. But yeah, apparently the UK Central Bank is discussing a central bank digital currency. I'm sure this thing already exists, either in a test net, or it's being used amongst banks and institutions to kind of swap money back and forth between them. Fairly obvious. We get news like this every single week. It's now every single major country. It's been about 15 countries, all within the last 3 months, who have all been deciding to debate the idea of it. And it's probably also because we are going to see soon the eventual launch of Libra, and then the launch of other corporation tokens. And if governments haven't really gotten it together by then they really have no chance, because people are going to choose to use the institutional coins over everything else, especially if you get a discount. Like, imagine, just for instance, because this is how it's going to work. Imagine trying to use Uber or go to the supermarket or an Amazon supermarket, or trying to take a cab, or trying to buy a new computer, or trying to buy new shoes, or trying to buy new something, trying to buy a new car, even maybe Tesla coin. Who cares? If they tell you you get a 20%, you get an 8% discount by using Tesla coin, Amazon coin, or Apple coin, as opposed to using the US dollar, which one do you think people are going to use? I got a brand new Tesla and I got $15,000 off of it. That's absolutely insane. How'd you do that? I use so-and-so. I bought the new Mac that just came out at a 15% discount. I used Apple coin. But the banks of the world will not be able to handle that kind of pressure. And that's just how the story is going to go. Next up, it says Ether is trading at its highest since before the March 19 crash, but data suggests that investors have little interest in holding the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Uploading findings using on-chain monitoring resource Glassnode on the 10th of July, one trader noticed that Ether exchange balances remain high, while Bitcoin balances have dropped considerably. According to unverified data, since March, Ether balances on exchanges have continued to trend upward overall. At the same time, Bitcoin has been leaving exchanges en masse over the past 3 months. It says ever since the Black Thursday crash, Bitcoin balances on crypto exchanges have been falling quite fast. On the other hand, Ethereum exchange balances continue to remain relatively stable. The phenomenon could have several implications. Coins on exchanges are more vulnerable to but quicker to trade, suggesting that owners store them there to sell at short notice. As Cointelegraph reported previously, Bitcoin traders have shown a preference for saving in recent months rather than selling or trading. It appears, at least to me, I think the news that we got that Ethereum is not going to upgrade this year and potentially not fully until the next 4 years has caused this sentiment. People are tired of waiting. People are tired of the hopes and dreams and prayers and all this other stuff, and fingers crossed that these things are going to happen. This article is from a couple of days ago. It says 20,000 Bitcoin withdrawn from Coinbase as major outflow hits exchanges. People are taking their and this is another really weird reason why I think it's weird that Bitcoin's price hasn't moved just off of this alone. A lot of people are taking huge amounts of Bitcoin off of cryptocurrency exchanges. It is probably one of three things. You choose which answer you like the best. A lot of people are realizing that Bitcoin is very valuable and want to secure it in another way. People are realizing that cryptocurrency exchanges like this one and many other ones are absolute and complete garbage. They're tired of paying the fees. People are tired of trying to have their cryptocurrencies withdrawn because it is their own money and being told no. Receiving emails, you did something incorrectly, your account has been frozen. It is annoying. It's fatiguing, and I'm pretty sure people are annoyed with it. At the same exact time, it could also be a coordinated effort by many people or simply a couple of institutions who are taking off as they're buying up and taking off as much Bitcoin as possible from these exchanges in, them trying to secure it. But then at the same exact time, we have the numbers and we know that a huge amount this is not the first time that we've had news that Bitcoin is being taken off exchanges and that Ether is kind of remaining there. So we know that huge amounts of Bitcoin are being purchased by institutions, and huge amounts of Bitcoin are being taken off exchanges in mass over the last couple of months, which would then mean that there's less Bitcoin circulating around, and this is why, once again, it's quite confusing that Bitcoin's price is going down as there's less Bitcoin going around. We'll see, I'm sure. We have no choice. We will see exactly what ends up happening over the next couple of months, and I say months simply because we are, for those of you who didn't see, Vitalik Buterin said about 2 days ago that he still believes that Ether 2.0 is going to happen this year. It's not. It's just simply not going to happen. Even if we do get phase 0, it won't be anything. We're not getting the entirety of Ethereum 2.0 until 2024. I'm assuming that this is going to have a negative effect on Ethereum's price, just logically. I hold Ethereum, but I'm being realistic. A lot of other people are already pushing their momentum towards a lot of other coins. I think it even says it somewhere. I don't even know if it says it somewhere around here. A lot of people are actually noting that the DeFi coins are heavily outperforming Ethereum over the last couple of months, which is also very odd because in 2017, the idea was Ethereum would go up in price because of the ICOs, because these things are being built on top of Ethereum. And therefore, Ethereum and Ether are stronger, more reliable, durable because of the amount of things on them. But it's kind of reversed right now. Ethereum's price has been going down while not millions, you know what I mean. Tons of coins have been built on top of it. Same exact time, a lot of Bitcoin is outflowing from cryptocurrency exchanges. It's not just Coinbase, it's all of them in general. Bitcoin balances are going down. The amount of Bitcoin addresses holding more than one Bitcoin, I think, just hit a new world record as well. And also the record for people holding at least 10 million Satoshis has also gone up favorably during the same exact time. People are accumulating Bitcoin in mass, and yet Bitcoin's price continues to go down regardless of what the actual fundamentals have to say. Can you imagine if during 1 year, random numbers, Apple sold 1 million computers? During the next year, let's even say 3 years later, Apple ended up selling 10 million computers, same exact model, same exact thing, but their stock price went down. There's also tons of renewed interest. People are buying more iPhones. People are buying everything that they have that looks similar to the iPhone and the iMac, similar to Bitcoin and the altcoins, and yet Apple still remained undervalued. None of this makes any sense. However, at some point, maybe it will. I really don't know anymore because I assume that logic ruled the universe, but it apparently does not. And to finish things off, Huobi, a leading Bitcoin futures and spot exchange, has announced its plans to launch Bitcoin options trading in the third quarter of this year. Per the press release shared with finance magnates, the Singapore-headquartered exchange is going to add new derivatives instruments on its existing futures platform where it offered perpetual contracts. Huobi is one of the largest Bitcoin futures exchanges, currently standing strong in the second position in terms of daily trading volume. only followed by Binance, according to CoinMarketCap. The platform made its name with Bitcoin perpetual contracts, making them mainstream in the crypto industry. I don't really have to read anymore, and I'll tell you why in a second. Yeah, Bitcoin is doing incredibly well. A lot of people who don't want to hold, buy, or sell Bitcoin physically, air quotes, they're doing so through crypto derivatives or crypto options or crypto futures or whatever word you want to place next to it. This is going to continue. This is a way for institutions to be able to gain exposure by getting into the cryptocurrency space in this way without them actually having to risk, air quotes, capital by buying up Bitcoin themselves. This was fairly popular news. This was on many different websites. None of us should really be surprised at this point that it was going to happen, but here it is. Before I go on any further, I was gone the last 2 days. I'll tell you exactly why. I was going to pass over it, but I saw so many actual nice comments, people asking where I was. Thank you all very much for caring. Nothing bad. I'm very fatigued of this year. Just completely 1000% honest. Nothing really is going as it should. I'm sure a lot of you are shaking your heads right now. And when it comes down to the cryptocurrency space, I'm very heavily into the cryptocurrency space. I love the cryptocurrency space. But like I said, logic has not really played out for anything this year. And it's not your fault. It's not my fault. I'm not really sure whose fault it is. But we all know right now that Bitcoin is heavily, the entire cryptocurrency market, if you want to give it that answer as well, is incredibly undervalued. And seeing the lack of movement, or when we do get news, or when I see the news, that Bitcoin is about to undergo a major movement, and I keep reading that people think that Bitcoin is going to go back down to 6,000 or 5,000 or 4,000, or that Bitcoin has to test these crazy numbers once again in order to be viable, to try to go back above 10,000. It doesn't make any sense, especially if you've been paying attention to all the news that we just had. On top of that as well, over the weekend, I thought it would be a good idea to go with friends to an open air cinema. The issue is the movie started at night, logically, and it was only 11 degrees outside. It was 11 Celsius. That's around 50 Fahrenheit outside. And it just completely obliterated any, my throat's messed up. I can kind of say it that way. You know, have you ever walked around without a real coat or a hat for 3 hours in 11 degrees, breathing in? You know, it is not good for the body. So that's what happened to me. I decided to just kind of relax yesterday and also the day before. I'm feeling a lot better. Not that I'm sick. It's just more of that that raspy feeling. I'm gonna have some tea after this. At the moment, all the prices are down except for Tether. Bitcoin is currently at 91.90. Ether's down. XRP's down. Every single coin. I think some DeFi coins were up the last time I checked a couple of minutes ago. And nope, it appears everything is completely in red right now. Yep, that's how logic goes. The interesting part is, in 2017, the market was much this way as well. If you look at the charts, the beginning of the year, prices moved upwards, and then by the time we got to around June, July, August, the market was relatively sideways, and it was around September that we started moving up again. Once again, that was also 2017. That's not this year. We've seen a massive amount of interest in the market, a massive amount of people who are buying and holding and taking their coins off of exchanges to put them onto ledgers or wherever else they might be. And yet, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one who has this sentiment. It is a very, this entire year, it almost doesn't feel real. And I'll be honest with you as well. I was really, really hoping, and I probably put too much hope in the soup. I was hoping that the market would have performed properly after everything that's been going on, not just 19, but just in general, all the actual fundamentals that we've been getting, and all the known interest that we have. I was hoping that the market would have moved up, and that it would have kind of been a silver lining, a golden spot for everyone who's in the cryptocurrency space to kind of get over the rut that this year has caused, and the fact that markets are going down, and I don't mean just stock markets, I mean like our market. The stock market has no right being as high as it currently is in the first place. is kind of a bummer. Entirely honest with you. I'm not one of those YouTubers who's gonna continue pumping you full of hope and stuff like that. If I've ever done that, it's because I really do feel optimistic about the cryptocurrency market. But it also feels like something just has to give at this point. Like some wall has to break. Either the stock market has to completely collapse and world markets have to reset, or the cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin's price actually have to reflect reality. Just kind of how it is. I'm sorry for not reading out the Patreon names. I'm trying not to overexert my voice, and I know that when I do read out the names, I say them in a wacky manner sometimes, and I am not in the mood to have to go through this for another couple of days. So I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. Hope this doesn't get any worse in my throat so I can make more videos. And yeah, I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.